Hey guys, welcome back. Day 14, press to handstand progression. Got 3 exercises for today. We have done all of them before, so because you were familiar with these exercises, today should actually go pretty quick. So wouldn't want to start without a warm-up. Definitely some wrists today because we do have a press handstand. So I'm going to start in a kneeling position. And back of the hands, front of the hands. I like to go one wrist at a time. Don't put a lot of weight on that wrist. Just make sure that we're moving it through its fullest range of motion, okay? I like this one too. Knuckles, back of the hands, elbows in, curl up those fingers, and back to fist. Remember, we don't need a lot of weight on those hands for that. So spend about 1.5 minutes on those wrists. Let's get through 10 cats to cows. Warming up that thoracic spine. Some downward facing dog, rocks. So here in down dog, pushing the heels down towards the floor, hips are up in the upside down V. We're gonna rock out to plank. In that plank, let's keep that nice hollow body position so we're pressing the back of the rib cage up towards the ceiling. And we're even gonna rock forward just a little bit more so our shoulders are a little bit over our wrists, and then back into downward facing dog. We're gonna do 10 downward facing dog rocks and some straddle pops. So pointing those toes, right? Both legs at the same time or one leg at a time. If the straddle is challenging, we can sit in a pike position leaning back if we need it. And let's get those pops in today to start warming up those hip flexors. All right, our first movement today is gonna be a towel drag on the floor, followed by a press handstand with elevated feet, followed by a dynamic L stretch. We've done all of these before. Let's just take a look. So it's 4 sets of 30 seconds. What I came down to for that is gonna be basically 5 of each move. So I went 5 towel drags, took a little break. I went 5 press handstands with elevated feet, took a break, 5 dynamic L stretch, and took a break. Okay, so that was 1 round, and we wanna do that 4 times, all right? So on the towel drags, just gonna turn you over to the wall there a little bit. We wanna be in a plank position, feet on a towel or something that slides across the floor. I like my hands on this mat because it keeps things from getting slippery. Out into a plank. Here we wanna be in a hollow. So let's get that thoracic spine pressed up towards the sky. And we're gonna slightly pull the shoulders over the fingertips to start, lifting hips as high as we can, bringing toes in, and then back out to plank. Maintaining this good body position where we're pressing actively through the back of the ribs up into the ceiling. So what we're looking at from the side is gonna look not just like this in a plank, but this, really actively pressing the back of your rib cage up towards the sky, okay? It's great, great to get kind of into that press to handstand. From there, so those are gonna be, I did about 5 of those in 30 seconds. You guys do what you need to make that happen. This one has elevated feet. I'm gonna find a space on the wall. Make sure that if you're going against a door, that the door will not open while you are doing this. Okay, handstand is gonna be more challenging here, so if we are struggling to get into a good position, go ahead and do this from a headstand. I'm going to kneel on my bench, bringing my hands to the floor about 6 inches from the floor, shoulder width. As I lift my hips up, I'm gonna press the back of my head and my thoracic spine comfy into the wall, pushing and taking my feet. I'm gonna move through my straddle, up into my handstand, back down, elevating the hips forward as I bring my feet back onto my elevated surface. Coming out carefully, making sure you give your wrists a good circle out. So that was 1 rep. We're looking for 30 seconds of movements there. I would say that's gonna be anywhere from 3 to 5 repetitions. All right, this last one, I like this padded mat for it. There we go, that should be good. Okay, we've done this one before. So great hamstring flexibility piece. At the top, we're gonna sit tall, toes are pointed, legs are straight. We're gonna get into that hollow position and lean forward. So that looks like this, hollow, lean. Try and keep those legs straight. So if you can only come down to here without bending your knees, then that's as far as you can come down. But we're gonna reach, and then I'm just gonna slide myself forward. You guys won't move, but I want you to stay in the camera. So we're gonna roll back. So the movement is here, dive, reach for the toes, rocking back into hollow. I'm gonna bring the feet over the head, making sure that I'm not on the back of my neck, but on my thoracic spine. Reaching my toes as far as I can, and then coming up, sitting tall, hollow, and stretching forward again. Scoot forward so you can see the back end of that a little bit better. Coming back onto my shoulder blades, not up onto my neck, pointing my toes and reaching, and then sitting tall, hollow, and reaching for those toes. So pretty quick one today because you know all these moves and you have done them before. So it's a 4 by 30 seconds of pike drags, feet on the towel, press handstand, elevated, or headstand if you need a modification, and dynamic L stretch. Have fun.